Hello, and welcome back to the Poland. Imagine a country that has seen one of the fastest economic transformations in Europe over the last 30 years, a country with hyper-modern cities, a globally recognized payment system, and tech-savvy young people who are constantly online. That country is Poland. But here's the paradox. Walk into a local targ, a small town sklep, or even sometimes a busy Warsaw cafe, and you'll see the same universal symbol of transaction. Crisp Polish banknotes, the zloty. In a world sprinting towards being entirely cashless, why does Poland, this dynamic, forward-looking nation, still hold such a deep, enduring affection for physical cash? It's not about being behind the curve. It's about history, trust, privacy, and control. It's a story far more human than digital. Today we're going beyond the swipe and the tap to understand the Polish cash preference. A preference that is absolutely rooted in resilience. To understand the present, we must look into the past. And here is where the story gets deep. The Polish relationship with money is unique, forged in the crucible of history. For many generations, particularly the older ones, the stability we enjoy today was simply not guaranteed. Think about the economic shifts Poland endured, post-Pavio devastation, the enforced economic stagnation of the communist era, and then the chaotic, dizzying free market transition of the late 80s and early 90s. During times of radical change, what remains reliable? What doesn't vanish with a stroke of a politician's pen or a sudden bank collapse? The answer: what you can physically hold. Under communism, cash often bypassed official failing systems. People traded, bartered, and bought on the grey market using physical currency. It was the lubricant of survival. The bank was the state, and the state was an entity you learned to distrust when it came to your personal wealth. This isn't just theory, it's baked into the collective memory. If your grandparents survived hyperinflation, where bank accounts lost value overnight, you learn that digital zeros are mutable, but a note in your hand feels concrete. This is a fundamental, almost ancestral lesson in economic security. So when a Pole, especially someone over 50, reaches for cash, they're not being obstinate. They are exercising a deeply ingrained reflex of self-reliance and skepticism towards centralized institutions. It's a trust issue, and rebuilding trust takes decades. Okay, let's bring it to 2024. While history provides the soul of the preference, modern daily life provides the practical reinforcement. First, let's talk about infrastructure and geography. While card terminals are mandated in many places now, you travel outside the large metropolitan areas, Warsaw, Krakow, Gdansk, and the story changes fast. In a small village shop, at a roadside honey stand, or paying the lady at the farmer's market for pierogi ingredients. Cash is simply faster, easier, and expected. And even in cities, the sheer efficiency of cash for small transactions often wins. Ever been stuck behind someone waiting for a slow loading terminal or watching the machine struggle with the connection? Paying for a quick coffee or a ticket on a local bus, cash eliminates the friction. Secondly, there's the cost factor. For small business owners, the backbone of the Polish economy, card transaction fees, even small ones, add up. By encouraging cash, they maximize their immediate profit, which is especially critical in tight economic times. When you support a local pączki bakery with cash, the owner feels the full value immediately. Third, the generational divide is real. While the youth are experts with the fantastic local mobile payment solution Bielek, a significant portion of the Polish population, particularly retirees, are simply more comfortable with the familiar. Their monthly pension, emerytura, is often withdrawn in full and budgeted physically. It's a clear, visible boundary on spending. Now we get into the psychological layer, and this is perhaps the most relatable point for anyone, anywhere in the world. It's about control. Studies consistently show that people feel a deeper psychological loss when paying with physical money than with a card. That feeling of notes leaving your wallet serves as a built-in brake on impulse spending. Digital payments, on the other hand, abstract the transaction. It's too easy to tap your way into debt. For the Polish consumer, this control extends into budgeting. The envelope system, or just physically separating funds for rent, bills, and groceries, is still prevalent. You open the envelope, the money is there, and when it's gone, it's truly gone. It's a tangible financial discipline that a banking app often fails to replicate. But the single biggest psychological factor here is privacy. In Poland, like in many parts of Central and Eastern Europe, the memory of surveillance is not ancient history. The idea of every single purchase, from a magazine to a medication, being logged, tracked, and accessible to some central authority doesn't sit well. Cash is freedom. Cash is anonymous. It's a transaction between two parties, and no one else needs to know. As digital surveillance grows globally, this value of financial privacy only increases in importance, making the Polish cash preference not outdated, but surprisingly prescient. And yes, there's the unavoidable gray area, the informal economy. Cash is the currency of the Cezara Strefa. Whether it's paying a handyman under the table or a seller avoiding VAT, the use of cash facilitates transactions that bypass official bookkeeping. While this is an economic problem for the state, for the individual, it often translates into lower prices and simpler service. This economic reality continues to drive a significant volume of cash usage. So, how has this cultural foundation fared against the pressures of the last few years? It's been a tug of war. The pandemic initially gave digital transactions a huge push. The fear of contagion made contactless payment suddenly feel safer. Banks and the government seized the opportunity to promote digitalization. However, the rapid shift was countered by two huge factors: inflation and geopolitics. Poland has experienced significant inflation in recent years. While high interest rates are meant to temper this, the daily reality is that the value of the zloty has been volatile. When inflation runs high, the confidence in any form of money, physical or digital, is shaken. But the instinct remains. When the future is uncertain, hold on to what you can see. And then there is the geopolitical instability in the region. When conflicts flare up or borders become unstable, cash, liquid, untraceable, universal, is the ultimate contingency plan. It's a painful but practical lesson taught by decades of regional instability. The response from the system has been interesting. While the government has tried to limit large cash payments between businesses, limiting B2B cash transactions to around 8,000 zloty, the public appetite remains. In fact, Poland's unique success story, BLIK, is the perfect middle ground. A digital payment that bypasses traditional bank cards and international networks, satisfying the digital demand while maintaining a uniquely Polish system of transaction. It proves that Poles are not anti-innovation. They are just selective about which innovations they trust. So, what does the Polish cash preference really tell us? It tells us that economics is never just about spreadsheets and technology. It's about memory, culture, and personal security. The preference for physical cash in Poland is not a sign of a struggling economy, but a quiet testament to the resilience, skepticism, and financial prudence born from a challenging past. It's a reminder that sometimes the oldest technology is the one we trust the most because we can literally hold its weight. What about you? Are you a cash spender or a card tapper? Do these historical and psychological reasons resonate with your own family's financial habits? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your personal stories and insights. If this deep dive into Polish culture and economics was insightful, please do hit that like button to help us reach more people. Subscribe to The Poland for more videos that explore the nuances and incredible stories of this remarkable country. And of course, share this video with a friend who might be interested in the human story behind the statistics. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Do zobaczenia!